Welcome to Baseball's Personal History, Volume 7. Today we're going to see Pittsburgh Pirates, the Fort Wayne Wizards, Chicago White Sox, the Buffalo Bisons, and the Toronto Blue Jays. I'm Kaylin.
Hey,
That is my dad, John, and we are the Questers too.
this is site 31, the Pittsburgh Pirates. And, this game was sort of problematic because it was college day, and half the kids that we were sitting with were either drunk or too pissed using an Australian term, um, to matter what they were doing. So, the, the park is a beautiful ballpark. I did like the statues outside with about Roberto Clemente and Stargell, etc. But it's definitely on the top five of all of the major league ballparks. So definitely take a look at Pittsburgh. Um, Site 32 actually has some different history because the stadium might be there, but the
It's a
team
new
had.
it's a new team.
So the Fort Wayne Wizards, which used to play Memorial Park in Fort Wayne, Indiana, now play in a new ballpark, I believe, closer to downtown. But what was interesting about the stadium was we're located right next to, very near to Johnny Appleseed's grave. So it's sort of ironic that the new name of the new team is called the Tin Caps, and their moniker, their mascot, is an applewood that has a pot on its head. So it goes after Johnny Appleseed, but they moved the stadium further away from sort of this man's grave. So I sort of see the irony in the whole sort of picture perspective. But Memorial Park was an okay park. It wasn't anything. I don't remember much from it. So I just remember sort of the grave of Johnny Appleseed. Site 33.
Chicago White
So
Sox.
tell us what happened in Chicago White Sox.
That at the Chicago White Sox, this stadium is actually known for the loudest fireworks show in all of our parks.
So what happened is that, and you'll see here in just a few seconds, that even though during a day game they let off these fireworks, is that we were sitting right underneath, which I didn't know about at the time, that they let all these fireworks out, and we just, my ears were ringing for a couple days after that, and they disturbed Kalen so much that to this point he still doesn't like fireworks. So, um, for kids and everything else, stay away from the outfield where they let off all these explosives, etc. But other than that, it's an okay stadium. It's nothing to write home about. I still think Wrigley is a better stadium historically. But I know that the White Sox have since won a World Series. So anyway, Site 34.
The Buffalo Bisons.
On this game, Kalen was invited to actually go down the field and do a couple of things with the mascot and run around the bases, etc. But he didn't want to. So we had an aborted attempt to get some stuff um, from the team, but it didn't happen. And it was actually kind of cold. I mean, it's April, I think, in Buffalo, so it wasn't as warm
Usual.
as usual. But also too is that they played, which we didn't know at the time, the Ottawa Lynx. It's actually May, so I apologize. But the Ottawa Lynx are now the
Lehigh Valley
the
Iron
yes,
Pigs.
Lehigh Valley Iron Pig. So it's and the ticket's sort of wearing out, so I wanted to get a PDF of it. Now, Site 35.
The Toronto Blue Jays in
Yes.
Toronto, Canada.
Um, this was done before more stricter passport controls going into
Canada
Canada
and
and
Mexico
Mexico.
and all the others.
So um, It's a nice little stadium. They do have quite a few things to do
And it's
around.
actually a big stadium too.
They do play Canadian football there, so it is a multi-use stadium. A little more pricier
Than usual.
than usual, um, but not as expensive as like a Mets game or a Dodgers game, or not a Mets, a Yankees game or a Dodgers game, etc. Um, but the prices, the concession items are actually a little bit more expensive, even though the dollar was at that time doing quite well. It was still sort of price prohibitive for families, etc. All right, that's it for this episode. Make sure you don't forget to subscribe. Thanks a lot, and thanks for watching.